Hello, welcome to a vlog. So this is going to be the first vlog of this channel, and I guess this is my intro clip. I sort of intended to film like an actual vlog intro, but where I looked presentable, but like who does that? I don't know. Who has time? But anyway, my name is Janelle, and I'm going to be making like sort of book, makeup, lifestyle sort of content, and that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. Mostly like people that most of the vlog stuff that I watch is more like bookish content vlogs, where they kind of mix their lifestyle in with that, and that's sort of where I'm aiming to be. As far as makeup content, I still watch a lot of it, but I'm not as into it as I used to be. I kind of waffle back and forth between makeup and book content, like whatever I happen to be focused on at the time. So I kind of wanted to make a channel that meshed the two, so I can just feel free to make content around what's motivating me at the time or what I'm most interested in at any given time. So that's that. That's going to be the channel. But, excuse me, as far as this vlog goes, I've decided to officially start my channel because my partner is going to be away for work for 4 months, and it feels like a great time to start because I can film anytime, because I don't really want to film in front of anyone, and our apartment is very small. So I have never felt comfortable like filming when he's around, and if he's not around, I can film whenever the mood strikes or something happens or whatever. So that's what we're going to try to do. Today is Sunday, August 4th, and hopefully this will be the kickoff of my YouTube channel. I've said that before, so let's make it happen this time. Okay? Hold me accountable. But the first thing I'm going to do is talk about my most recent finished book and the book I'm about to start, which is the one I just finished yesterday, what is The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. So I'm really sad because I think she pushed back, I know, she pushed back the release date for the sequel to this, and I was going by the original release date thinking that it was already out, like July 23rd, the sequel, but now it's August 20th, and let's hope that that's real and doesn't get pushed back again. I mean, it's 16 days. If she was going to push it back, I would hope it would have happened by now. But anyway, I read this thinking that I could just pick up the first one or the second one right after, but I can't. But at least I don't have to wait too long. But I gave this 5 stars. It was really good. Although I will say the ending, without spoiling anything, was criminal. And if I said anything else, it would probably spoil it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I literally saw a review of someone took off a star just for the ending. And I'm like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. To sum it up, it is the princess of the ruling king running away from home, and fast forward a year, she's been on the streets for a year learning how to steal and survive on her own and all of that stuff, and she ends up falling in with the rebellion who's trying to overthrow her father, and it's her relationship with the son of the leader of the rebellion. His name is Dacre, and her name is Nira. And you know, it's kind of like a training montage story. Like, she has no skills at all. She has no magic. Everyone in this world has magic, but she has never had any inklings of any sort of magic. And he immediately does not trust her. And obviously she can't tell him who she really is because they would use her or kill her or whatever. So she has very strong motivations for not revealing her true identity, and she keeps everything pretty close to the vest. And he always is mistrustful of her. So that's that. and he's trying to like train her to be a warrior because she has no magic, so she's really not useful anywhere else in the rebellion. And it's not going well. She's not very skilled, which I'm enjoying because I feel like so many times they're just like the most incredible to ever do it, and she's not, and she sucks, kind of. I mean, she's like learning, but it's almost like they expected her to go from 0 fighting skills whatsoever to like a great warrior, and I'm like, that's not how that works. But anyway, yeah, gave that 5 stars. I will be reading the sequel probably the day it comes out. I wanted to pre-order like the physical copy, but right now you can only do the Kindle copy. So I believe this is also on Kindle Unlimited too. So I will get that delivered on a release day, and at least I'll be able to start it, but I will definitely be ordering the physical copy. Also on her website, I think she has really beautiful hardback foiled editions of these, and you can get a pink cover or the black cover, and I really want those. I bought this before I knew that existed, so I didn't tab this or underline or anything because I might buy those instead. But I do like that each chapter page, of course I can't find one, is black with white writing, which I think more books should be published like that. It's so much nicer for your ears. Anyway, your ears, your eyes, well, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't say that. Anyway, the book I'm going to start is Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I know the 4th one in this series is about to come out, and hopefully I can just like binge 1, 2, and 3 and then read 4. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Sometimes I get burnt out on a series. Like, I'll pick up the first book. If I'm really into it, I'll immediately start the second. But then sometimes by the 3rd, I'm a little bit ready for a switch up. So we'll see. But anyway, I really don't know what this is about, to be honest. I don't really like to always know. Like, I like to read descriptions of books and then not start them until I've forgotten what I read, which is not hard because I have the memory of a goldfish. But pretty much I think this is, you know, a girl from a village. She's falling in with the heir to the throne, and her mother disappeared, and there's a rebellion. You know, there's always a rebellion. So this should be good. Excited. I'm going to be watching Gavin's reading sprints from Gavin Reads It All from last Saturday. He did like the these sprints end when I finish my book, and so the sprints are like 11 hours long, so I'm just going to turn those on and just vibe. I watched the ones he did yesterday like the whole time I was reading my other book, because I read really slow, guys. I know it's not a long book. How long was this book? And not only that, but I was already 100 pages into it. I mean, I did other stuff though. I did chores around the house and laundry, like my sheets, all that stuff. It's 339 pages, and I was already like 110 pages in when I started the sprints. But to be fair, I was doing a lot of other stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'm not a fast reader, so don't expect 20 books out of this kid unless I somehow consume a lot of audiobooks. But how long is Spark of the Everflame? $4.22, so should take me approximately 5 years. But anyway, yeah, I watched his sprints that he did yesterday. I hope he does this all the time. I love watching like his long sprints because it's just, you get a lot done, but it's fun. And then the next part of this clip, I thought we would do a little unboxing because I got some book mail over the last week, and I was waiting until I started this vlog to open it. So this is the Bookish box. Let's find out what month it's from because it's never on time. I mean, we're like 10 months behind. It's fine. So fine. I did actually just switch this to the book only box of this because I just don't really need any more random things. So starting with my August subscription, when it renews, it'll be just the book, but I'll still have a bunch more of these coming because let's see what month this is. This is March, and this just got here this past week. Today is August 4th. So they're very behind And I know they're always like, oh, we're switching warehouses because they give out little updates. We're moving warehouses to help like speed things up. And then I was like, okay, well that seems legit, like, you know, whatever. And then like a couple months later, they were having issues and they were doing other stuff again. And it's like, okay, so you guys are just kind of like stringing everyone along. But anyway, I still like the books. So that's neither here nor there. It's just annoying. Anyway, so let's see what we have. I did actually, I think, see someone else open this stuff. It's not that impressive, but anyway. We have a mouse pad. I think this is supposed to, oh, it's upside down. That might help. I think this is supposed to be inspired by A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, A Court of Thorns and Roses inspired mouse pad series. So cool. I mean, like, that's the best you could do with that series. I haven't even read it, but I know the way people are obsessed with it, and this was the best you could do. Like, come on. I digress. And then we have a pin. The Night Queen's Shadow. I don't know what this is from. The theme is Pick Your Poison Shadow Daddy Edition. Oh, it is kind of cool how they have like what level of pin you're getting. Like, is it rare, extra rare, or legendary? Of course, I got just the rare, but you know, whatever. I'm not really a pin aficionado, so don't really care. We got some stickers. I'm gonna assume this is probably the book that's in there. Spoiler alert. And then I'll see you in the next life. Bonded. This is from the Bonds That Tie series. Don't know about that. Honestly, I just like the t-shirts in these boxes, to be honest. But now I've gotten the full box long enough that I only need so many like bookishly themed t-shirts, but I like them because they're comfy and I wear them as jammies. No one owns the sky the same way no one owns the sea, the same way no one owns me, from the Kingdom of Crows. Let me see what you guys can see. So that's cool. I like that color. And then the last thing in here, which I saw someone open this, a Light in the Flame inspired Nyctosis' crown. I don't know, whatever. I don't know what the hell I will do with a crown. Because to me, this is just like the weirdest. I mean, I guess I'll just use it as like decor on my bookshelf. How do we open this? Never fear, I have scissors. I will say, it does feel like it's metal. So it does feel more solid than it appeared on the person who I watched unbox it. When I looked at hers, I was like, oh, that's plastic? Okay. Sure. I don't know. Halloween costume, maybe? But more than likely at this point, shelf decor. Let's see. And as you can see, that's why I'm not really invested in keeping up with the box. I wonder if they have just a t-shirt version with the box, but I don't really need any more t-shirts. So there's that. And then the actual book. I like that they put these in these little felt things though, because it keeps them nice. So yeah, it is A Kiss of Iron by Claire Sager. And Survival alone is not enough. There comes a point when you need to live. That's on the back. Got some foiling. The edges. They're like crescent moons. Yeah, I mean, they're okay. I like neon, so it does go on the top and the bottom. And then the naked hardback. I was a different creature entirely, something free, something that lived for now, memento mori. So this is what the naked hardback looks like. And then the end papers. We have that. That's pretty. Colors. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's pretty. I like it. And then to continue on with the other box that I received, I have the Illumicrate Evernight box. And this is a box opening subscription, and it's every 3 months, I believe. So kind of nice because you don't get like overwhelmed. This is for July 2024 because Illumicrate is on time. The eyes are the best part. That is what this book is. It's a baby little book. Okay, so it's definitely gory. It's a bowl of eyeballs and a bunch of blood. And they're gone. Let's see. Oh, we do have sprayed edges. Oh, that's nice. I like that. And then I have no idea what this book is about, but I'm going to assume it's about some eyeballs. We have the naked hardback. End pages. Pretty cool. Oh, we're gonna eat the eyeball. Okay. A little scary. Maybe that will be a nice September read if I get out of any romantic phase that I'm in. I'm pretty stuck on that right now, but definitely a cool looking book. Let's see, I'll just stick that in there. Okay, and then the other thing that I was gonna include in this clip, I know it's kind of long, but whatever, we're just here to chat and have fun, is other recent books that I picked up. So I did pre-order this Bridgerton edition. I got this on Amazon. I don't know where else you can get it, but it does have a nice little ribbon bookmark and then the sprayed edges. And this is book 1 and 2 included into one volume. And it's like the cutest thing. It's kind of like stocky, like short and chunky. But it's The Duke and I and The Viscount Who Loved Me in one book. And then the next one that comes out, so this is Daphne and Anthony's story, which you can see on the cover. And then the next one that's coming out is the next 2 books together in a different like color scheme, but same sort of idea. I pre-ordered that as well. And then, let's see, there is a ripple. I don't know if anyone will be able to see. See, there's like a ripple right here in the spine, which is annoying and I don't like it, but I don't know if it's enough of an annoyance to send it back. But anyway, I like it. I don't own these books and I've never read them, which is kind of interesting because I don't know when the original, like when did the original Bridgerton series get published? Because I feel like it's fairly old, and that was probably during the time when I was only reading romance, and I did read historicals, like not exclusively, but some of them, hello, just tripes across me like I'm not even here. Anyway, oof, let me get comfy again. You comfy? Or are you squished? Oof, okay, you sit up there. Anyway, so I'm excited to read them. I've, heard mixed things, obviously, but I've seen all the seasons of the show and everything, and I just feel like I should read the books. So I'm gonna get to that eventually someday. And then I discovered that, actually from my partner, that there is a romance bookstore local to me. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive, but it's not too bad. And I'm like, how did I never know about this? Probably because the name of it makes it sound like it's a coffee shop. It's called Novel Grounds. Excuse me. And so if it ever popped up, I probably just thought it was a coffee shop and didn't even give it a second thought. I might want to reconsider the name of that. But I went there with my friend and had a little look around. I didn't get to spend a ton of time because we had to go to a lunch thing that was like a timed thing. So I do want to go back and explore around, but their hours are only like 10 to 5, and I get off at 5 and I get into work at 8. And it's a little bit far from work to try to squeeze in on a lunch break. I'd probably only have like 10, 15 minutes there once I got there, which is not really the point. So I need to go on a weekend. But anyway, I definitely did some damage. Did I pick up more than this? I don't know, I have 4 books here. For some reason I thought I had 5, but that could be a lie. But anyway, the things I got. I'm not really in a contemporary romance time. I'm definitely into the romantic-y stuff. So we're fully in there. So I got The Crown of Oaths and Curses by Jay Bree. This is book 1 in this series. And I've heard some people say that they were pretty disappointed with the sequel. I hope I'm not, but first we have to get through this chunker. So this is a big one. Let me see. It's kind of funny that I'm going for all these huge books when I'm such a slow reader, but it's like 650 pages. So not impossible. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying longer books, even though it takes me a little while to get through them. And this, I think, is about, it's like a fated mate situation. She's a witch. He's a prince. He's a fae prince. And they've been at war, like their people are at war. There's like a lot of stuff going on. And apparently he treats her like absolute dirt. And this is a super, super slow burn, I've heard as well. So I doubt we get much in book 1 besides just them actually hating each other. But I'm here for it. And then the next one I got was The Everking by L.J. Andrews, and I think this is the first book in a duology. I know there's a third book that was sitting next to it, but I don't think it's like necessarily part of this same couple. I don't think. But let's see. This one is like 387 pages, giving pirate vibes. I think he's like the king of Scarred King of the Ever Kingdom, but it's like the Sea Kingdom. And then she is the daughter of some whatever's on Earth, on land. I don't know. But basically she ends up accidentally like unlocking the whatever's keeping him bound underneath in his kingdom because there was a war. And so he's like taking her as hostage as revenge. Whatever, you know how it goes. And then the next one I got is, oh, I didn't realize this. This is like a sticker, but it's not gonna come off. Anyway, A Dawn of Onyx. Also, speaking about stickers, guys, okay. So, you know the book Shogun, right? The TV show is based on my boyfriend. Well, my boyfriend and I started watching the series, but we didn't really continue past like the first 2 episodes, I think. And I was in Barnes & Noble just wandering around, and there is a beautiful, beautiful cover of that book. And they put like now a Hulu, is it Hulu? Whatever it is, series, original series, like on the cover, and it doesn't peel off. It's part of the cover. And I'm like, congratulations, you just ruined the artwork of this cover. Like, congratulations. Are you proud of yourself? I was so mad. I didn't even really want to buy it. I just was drawn to the cover, and then I realized what it was. And then I was like, why did you do this? Straight to jail. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. A Dawn of Onyx. Again, let's see. Let's see. I do know the second book of this is out. I'm not sure about the third. It might have just come out. I think this was originally indie published and then got picked up, so I'm not sure. I don't really like to start series when I can't read all of them at once, but I will do it. I don't know. I'm not having a very good luck with figuring this out. But anyway, for sure the second one's out. So, you know, it's about a girl and a king. What's new? But anyway, captured by the king of darkness, she was forced to find the light within. You know, whatever. They're going to fall in love. We all know how these things go. And then I bought this chunker that I had never heard of in my life. Don't really know what I was thinking, but it seemed like a great idea at the time. It's an omnibus of this series, Forbidden Mates. It's the complete series in one bind-up by Lola Glass. And I was also looking at like a bind-up. I think it was a bind-up, or it was just a really big book. It was, I think, The Goblin King or something like that they had there that I'd also never heard of. If you've ever read that and it sounds good, or was good, let me know. But this is 3 full-length novels that complete the Forbidden Mate series. Binge these connected standalones now. Okay, so for steamy enemies to lovers romance and sexy fae. Ooh, okay, so dark and beastly fae, dark and dreadful brutes, dark and deadly predators. Oh, you know what? There is another book I bought that I got when I went to Barnes & Noble. That's the 5th book I'm thinking of. But anyway, after 9 years in a tower, I was finally rescued by a deadly fae king who wants to make me his mate. Sounds promising. I hope it's good. That's the first book. And then the second one, after 10 years trapped in a cellar, I was finally rescued by a ruthless fae king. Okay, sounds kind of similar. And the third one, after 8 years in a cave, I was finally rescued by a terrifying fae king who tells me I'm his mate. So basically, everyone's trapped somewhere, and they're rescued by a fae king who's their mate, and we go from there. I mean, honestly, if it's written well and the spice is spicing and all that jazz, I'm okay with that. I might just not read them all in a row, because that could get a little iffy. Okay. Where is the book I bought from Barnes & Noble? Pause, please. I'm going to be so honest. I don't know where I put that book, and I can't remember what it's called. And if that doesn't sum up my life in a nutshell, I don't know what does. But I remember the plot vaguely, which is more than I can say for what I know about those books. It's basically about a princess who has to be trapped in a tower for a certain amount of time. And then she's kept prisoner in there with, like, the other kingdom's heir, I would assume. And they have to be trapped in there for, like, 7 years or something. Let me see. I know I added it to my Goodreads. But now I'm just like, where did I put that? It's called Bound to the Shadow Prince by Ruby Dixon. That's what it is. But of course, I've heard this is mostly smut. Like, they're just I mean, it's Ruby Dixon. She wrote Ice Planet Barbarians, so we know what we're in for. You know what I mean? And I'm here for it. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you want a lot of plot. Sometimes you want a lot of smut. And that's just the way it rolls. Sometimes you want a happy medium, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do. Although I will say, the next part of this clip, maybe I shouldn't roll this all into one clip. Maybe I'll just like splice it. Probably not though, because I don't know how to edit. Welcome to that journey with me, guys. You're in for a time. A time will be had. But anyway, I'm going to talk about some recent reads. Aside from The Veiled Kingdom. I just finished that last night, so that's like the most recent. But I've had a really good reading month in July, as far as just not volume, but quality. And before The Veiled Kingdom, I read Quicksilver. This is the other cover. If you don't like the one with the guy on it, this is the alternate cover. Glad I saw someone talking about this because they were it was a TikTok and she was like, you know, I really want to read it. It's so hyped, blah, 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 but I hate the cover. And they were like, oh, there's an alternate cover. So if you go on Amazon, you just click like, there's a little thing like all versions of this. It's where you can either choose hardback, paperback, Kindle, blah, audio, but there's also like an alternate cover that just looks like this. And I will say I ate this up. It is like 610 pages and I devoured this. Yeah, 610, well, 609, but who's that series? Anyway, I gave this 5 stars. We love to see it. And you might be thinking to yourself, that's a lot of 5 stars you're just throwing around, because I also, prior to this, read the Book of Azrael and the second book in that series, which is, pause please, The Throne of Broken Gods. That's the second one in that series. I read both of those back to back, gave those 5 stars. And you might be thinking to yourself, wow, you give out a lot of 5 stars. No, I don't. I don't. I am a very 4-star person. It has to like really suck me in to get a 5 star. So we just had a good little streak there. I am saving the third book in the, it's the Gods and Monsters series, but the first book is the Book of Azrael. I'm saving the third book because originally I thought that was a trilogy. So the third book came out in May and I was like, okay, we'll read this, we're good to go. And then I realized that it's going to be 7 books after I was already like halfway through the second book. And I was like, well, okay. So I'm trying to wait a little bit to read the third book, even though I really want to read it, so that I don't have to wait. I mean, I'm still going to have to wait, but so I don't have to be so sad waiting until May for the 4th book. Anyway, let's see. I think I'm going to end this clip there. I just want to talk about all the recent things I read that were like really good, because this is the last 4 books that I read in a row. It was the Book of Azrael, the sequel to that, then Quicksilver, and then The Veiled Kingdom, and I gave all those things 5 stars. So let's hope we stay on a roll with Spark of the Everflame, because I've heard a lot of people give that rave reviews. So hopefully I enjoy it, and I'm going to start reading now. After all that talking, it's been like an hour. Love you. Hello. So, I think this is sort of the disconnect of me filming check-ins, is that I haven't really read anything. It's much later in the day. It's 6:30, and I've read 9 pages of this. I don't know if it's just because I picked this out to read. I don't like set a TBR or anything. Maybe I'll start doing that, but I'm like so much of a mood reader that I feel like it would really be pointless. But maybe since I'm in a romantasy like mood, I could set a TBR of romantasy, like just sort of stick with that sort of thought process when I make them. But yeah, I just sort of scrolled on my phone. I'm like looking at buying books, but I don't know, I just didn't really start. And then I read 9 pages and fell asleep, so I don't know. But got some groceries, put those away. Took a little nap. Gonna eat a salad. But the 9 pages that I did read, let's give a check-in, why don't we? So we're learning, we're doing some world building. We're learning about the world they live on is divided into 9 different realms, and each of those realms was ruled over by one of the gods, and each of the gods fell in love with a mortal, so they gave up their immortality to be with their mortal mate, or, well, it doesn't say mate, their significant other, whatever. And the descended of those unions are who rules over those realms now. And you have our main character is a mortal. She's a healer, and she's not having a good day. And they're celebrating a holiday, which is, what do they call it? The Forge? Yeah, sure. Yeah, the forging. Anyway, because the forging is the magical pact that made the gods mortal, and she's very interested in what I'm doing. You saying hi? You say hi to the camera? Hello. This is Riley, by the way. But yeah, so that's all I got. She has like a childhood bestie who has recently become something more, and I'm sure that'll give us a nice little, if not love triangle, like, whatever. Sometimes they just fade off into the background. But yeah, that's my check-in. I put away groceries, I doom scrolled, I added some books to my Amazon cart, and I think since I'm not having much luck starting reading, I'm probably gonna type up something I have to type for my mom so I can print a few copies of that for her. And yeah, I'll check in later if I actually read some. That is the goal. I just have to work up the motivation to get there. So that's it. Good morning. So it is 6 a.m. and I thought I would just do my little morning routine of feeding the children. I've tried to keep him off the counters, but there's just no help for it. Carrot, what are you doing? Go eat. Go eat your breakfast. You were so hungry. Anyways, good morning. So, take two, because I was going to try to do a little morning routine thing, feeding the animals, but my memory card ran out. And I had to go get a new one. Luckily, I have a backup. Look at me being so prepared. I told y'all I've been trying to start this channel. Anyway, so I did read a little bit more last night before I fell asleep. I think I made it like, I don't know, probably around page 40, 45, something like that. And it's good so far. I don't think this is really a spoiler because it's definitely in like the very first page of the story. But our main character, Diem, is out and about on forging day. And she comes across her mom talking to a descendant. A descended? They call it a descendant. And they realize they're being listened to, and Diem gets distracted by something. I'm not gonna like give you every single detail, but basically after that, Carrot, your breakfast is in your spot. After that, Diem goes home and her mom never comes home. So at this point now, then you fast forward and it's been 6 months and they still don't know what happened to her mom. So they're just sort of trying to like move on with their lives, but they still have like hope that she's gonna come back and all that stuff. That's where I'm at in the story. And I guess her mom was treating the king at the palace because her mom is also a healer. That's what they both do. And so I'm thinking that Diem is going to end up taking over her spot there. If that happens, that's, I guess, how we're going to meet some more characters and open up this world. So that's pretty exciting. It's 6:15. I have to leave for work in like 45 minutes. So I gotta get a move. Oh my gosh, I got hiccups. I gotta get a move on. Hello, welcome to my kitchen cabinet. I just took my tripod off and then promptly dropped it on the floor. Anyway, so I'm home from work. It's like 6:15 in the evening, and I'm right back where I left you, making my coffee. Anyway, I'm gonna make some raviolis, some mushroom ravioli, and I got some store-made sauce, because whatever. I got this kind because I watched, don't ask me why I watched this, but what is it, Cooking with Babish? I don't know. He did an entire ranking video of store-bought sauces, and I think this brand did pretty good, if I remember correctly. So I thought I'd try it out. It's like over $7. So if this tastes like the Prego and whatever brand that I normally buy, I'm going to be really distraught about it. But you live and you learn. At least I'll know I tried. So in other news, let's see. I've gotten to page 55 in Spark of the Everflame. And where did I leave off talking? That her mama disappeared and we still don't know what happened to her. And some events have happened and she's going to the palace for the first time. So I imagine that's where things are going to start to kick off. And I'm excited to see what happens. Waiting for my water to boil. I was thinking on the way home, since I read so slow, if I did a weekly reading vlog, am I just vlogging one book? It's quite possible. Hope that's not too boring for y'all. But I have to work for a living, so that's what we have to work with. Anywho, I think I'll read some more tonight, so I will check back in. Good morning, friends. I have very little time before I need to leave for work, so I'm gonna make this a little snappy. But I didn't update yesterday at all. Yesterday was Tuesday because Monday night I did not end up reading anything else, and then yesterday I didn't read until after I got off work, and it was sort of later, and I just didn't feel like filming anything. But let's see, I have made it to page 207-ish, which I think is probably close to 50%. I'm not entirely sure. But things have picked up. I don't know that I'm loving this as much as everyone is loving this so far. It's fully with her childhood, you know, bestie turned lover still. And we've had, you know, like very brief interactions with who I know to be the MMC of this series. And I know everyone says this is like the slowest burn ever. But to me, a slow burn is still them interacting quite a bit. This is like, there's barely even any interaction. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. But I'm gonna keep going. I forgot when I started reading that I had bought the audiobooks because I have a bunch of Audible credits. Like, I just tend to only use Audible credits for longer books, and then I also use them for Audible exclusives. So I just went ahead and bought the first 3 on Audible because I'm actually trying to just get rid of my Audible credits so I can cancel again. So I was trying to, like, okay, what can I use up? But I knew I wanted to read this series, and I know that 3rd book is chunky. So anyway, yeah, I mean, things have happened for sure. I don't want to, like, start spoiling things after, you know, I introduce the book and what's happening. I don't want to, like, give you a blow by blow and, like, ruin the book, because then there's no point to read it. But I'm not super into it. I don't know. I'm just, like, I'm not bored, but I'm not like crying, screaming, throwing up. So I don't know, you know, it's just like okay so far. And everybody's like giving this a million stars, and I'm just, I don't know if I'm on the same page. But anyway, that's the update. The cat's terrorizing Riley, and I'm gonna go. I'll update you after work when I have more to report. Good morning. Welcome back to my kitchen cabinet. So today I'm gonna make my coffee at the same time because we don't have time. Today is Thursday morning. It is 6:45. I gotta leave in a few minutes, so I need to go get dressed and whatnot. But I just wanted to update. Last night I finished Spark of the Everflame. So yesterday morning when I updated, I was at like 50% and I was not really having a great time. Like, I wasn't bored, but I was like, where are we going kind of thing. I'm trying to keep everything spoiler free. So pretty much the second 50% for me really picked up. I would say that if I was to give it a star rating, I would go with 3.5. But for the purposes of like Goodreads, where you can't do half stars, I would say probably I would go down to a 3, not up to a 4. The ending, the second half really picked up for me. This is my straw. I'm waving it around you. The second half really picked up for me. The end had some twists that I don't know why I didn't really see coming, but I didn't. Gotta stir. Great, it's absolutely pouring. I'm on the east coast of Virginia, so we're currently going through the remnants of Hurricane Debbie. Excuse me, I had to be able to screw on my lid. And I knew today was going to be rainy, but then I was looking at like the chances of rain, and it was like it had fallen down to like not as bad. Because I was going to just put in PTO for today and tomorrow, because then I work with my best friend, and she was like, please come to work. I need you. And I was like, okay. So I didn't put it in for today. I'm definitely going to put it in for tomorrow, because tomorrow is supposed to be even worse. And right now it's literally pouring, so that's super great. And I take my dogs to work, so I have to like get them in and out of the car. It's going to be a journey. But anyway, so after I finished Spark of the Everflame, I started the next book, which I believe is Glow. Honestly, I get them kind of confused. Glow of the Everflame. And, oh, Carrot's looking out the little window behind the sink. And we're off to an interesting start. I think we're definitely going to get more interaction with our MMC at this point, which was kind of my complaint about the first book. I mean, we had some developments in the second half, but the first half just had me really thinking, like, are they even going to, like, interact more than, like, a couple little encounters where nothing really even happened? So I'm glad that that picked up in the second half of the first book, and I think everybody talks about the second book being a lot better, so I'm excited to get into that. But I fell asleep while listening to the audiobook, which is not anything, bad about the book. It's just I fall asleep reading and listening all the time, because I'm a sleepy girl. But it stopped at chapter 8, but I don't know if that's where I fell asleep. I have to go back and find my place, but I'm, a little ways into it. So hopefully I'll be able to listen more at work today, which is how I made so much progress in it yesterday, because work was like dead. So I was just listening to my audiobook while I was working, but there just wasn't much to do. So yeah, I will have an update today after work. Like, I actually want to update after work today because, we're hitting Thursday and we're into our second book, so I need to pick it up. So that's all for now, and I'll see you later. Good morning. So today is Friday. I did not update last night. Sorry. But I did get like 35% into Glow of the Everflame. I was listening to it on audio and then I fell asleep on the couch. I keep doing that. I just like sit down listening to my audiobook and just pass out. And then when I wake up, I'm like, I'm just going to take the dogs out and go to bed. But I am going to definitely try to finish this today and then probably wrap up this vlog and then start a new one because I don't think I'll have time to edit any other time but today. I did go ahead and put in PTO because the weather's supposed to not be great. It's not raining right now, but we do have a gale warning. So yeah, I don't know, but it's predicting to like rain and have thunderstorms and stuff on and off all day. And the radar doesn't look good. And I just wanted to have a cozy day at home, so that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, did I lose my train of thought? Yes. Okay, so the update. So I can't give too much because it's a sequel. So, and I didn't really want to spoil anything. What I will say is we're definitely getting more interaction with the MMC. I don't really like the FMC. Depending on who she's talking to and who she's in front of is where she's at. Like, because there's a rebellion, there's the royals, and she's caught in the middle of, two worlds, but it's like she doesn't have a solid stance, really. She, like, shifts back and forth on, like, what side she's on. Not necessarily what side she's on, because she does know what she stands for, right? But the way to accomplish her goals, and if people are trustworthy or not, she waffles back and forth immediately, depending on who she's talking to. And it's like someone can say something and she just believes it. She doesn't pursue any asking questions, which is going to lead to miscommunication. I mean, it's like she just acts very immature. And then the position that she's now in, you can see there's like intelligence there. Like, she's making wise moves in some ways, but it's like as far as other sides of it, she's just like flip-flopping all over the place. And anyway, I don't want to give too much away and I don't want to spoil anything, so that's, I think, as vague as I can be. But she's definitely annoying. People were not kidding when they said she is annoying and like her decisions are irritating. Definitely feel that. So that's where I'm at. Like I said, 35% of the way through. I probably will be able to like finish it today, I would assume. And then I'll probably start something else. But I think I'll finish off the vlog after this book and then start another vlog. So I will check back in when I finish this and we'll wrap it up. And then I will start the next one. I'm trying to keep the momentum going, stay in the habit. I know I haven't been the best at updating, but I did update at least once every day, so that's something. And I probably need to film some B-roll to throw in here, but I don't really know what that B-roll would be, so this vlog might be a little dry. I don't know, but I'm doing my best, and we're learning. So, oh, one thing I will probably put in here though, is a book haul, depending on what time my packages arrive today. But we'll see about that. If not, I'll film it as the first clip of the new vlog. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I'm back. So I don't have a reading update. I've actually been just editing, and it takes me quite a while because I don't know what I'm doing. So did we expect anything less? I just want to say, it's like cuter than I thought it was gonna be. I put little music in there, and look at me go. And anyway, I've edited up to what I had on that memory card, and I had no idea that it would take so long to import footage. Like, holy mulligans. Well, actually, never mind. It was saying like 8 hours. Now it's saying it's importing clip 7 of 8, and it's like an hour left. So that's not bad. And you can work on it while it's importing. So I guess it's okay. But anyway, once that's done, I had run out of space on that memory card, so I'm gonna need to import the footage from this memory card because I had a backup. Look how prepared I am. Anyway, so all that to say, I'm gonna get to reading now, and I'll be back when I either have something to say or I finish Glow of the Everflame. Hopefully both. Bye. Okay, so good evening. It is now Friday night, and I'm here to wrap up the vlog. So I did finish Glow of the Everflame today, just a little bit ago, and final thoughts. This one, second book, is definitely better than the first book. I feel like we finally got somewhere. We still have not had any spice other than a kiss or 2 or 3. So yeah, when they weren't lying about that slow burn thing, but it's okay. I feel like our female main character has finally grown half a brain. She's come to some realizations at the end of this book, and then we're left off at another cliffhanger, and we're finding out some reveals of things that we've been wondering about for the entire duration of book 1 and 2, up until the very end, like the epilogue. So book 3 should open on an interesting note, because I was kind of like, okay, well, you know, we're wrapping things up kind of neatly, and then the very end at the epilogue really shot it back into, okay, what's going on? So we've gotten some answers, we've gotten some resolution. I'm not as annoyed with her, but I really was up until like the last, I don't know, I don't even want to say the last third, like maybe the last 25% of the book. She wasn't quite so all over the place. She seemed to be like coming to some realizations. I would give this 4 stars. She's 20 years old. She's been raised, I don't know if I want to say that because I feel like that's going to be a spoiler. She's torn. I'll go with that. She's torn about where her loyalties lie. And I guess you could say that it's sort of the opposite of most books where they're like very diehard one side or the other. She's very much push and pull back and forth, even though to me as the reader, it seems very clear which side she should be on, because that side is sympathetic to the other problems that she wants to address, at least the core group that she surrounded herself with. So anyway, I don't want to give anything away, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So yeah, first book, I would give a 3.5. Second book in this series, Glow of the Everflame, I'm going to give 4. Solid 4. Not a 5. I find it kind of interesting that this is being so hyped, because it's good. I just don't, it's not giving me like the oh my god, you know, feeling, but it's still good and still enjoyable. As far as editing goes, I basically have this entire video edited except for this clip that I needed to add in, and then my computer, I'm just using iMovie. My computer just decided to not import clips, and then it's a whole thing. So I'm trying to move what I do have edited over to my desktop, which has more space, and it's like not going to iMovie. At least it'll go, it's like the video will just go over, but iMovie, I can't open it, and it's like a whole thing. So I'm probably gonna have to redo this entire thing. So that's a couple hours of work wasted, and I liked how it had turned out, so I'm even more upset about it. But anyway, hopefully the second time won't take me as long because I already know what I did, hopefully. Pray for me. But anyway, I'm wrapping up the vlog here, and tomorrow morning I will start a new one and put my book haul in it, and that feels like a good plan because I'm pretty sleepy. So anyway, disregard this terrible lighting, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Thanks for watching. This is my first ever vlog. I'm really gonna try to post it, guys. I'm gonna do it. I'm dedicated. All right.